2023's biggest political suspense. Three states, multiple CM faces. Head-wrecking after Heartland win. Raje conundrum in Rajasthan. Fresh face or Shivraj फिर से in Madhya Pradesh. Warhorse Raman or OBC face Sao. कौन बनेगा BJP CM? That's our top focus on 5 Live.
It's been 3 full days since the election results. The Congress has named its Chief Minister, who's just taken oath and become Telangana's new Chief Minister, Rajasthan Reddy. But in Rajasthan, MP and Chhattisgarh, the suspense continues. What's taking so long? Why hasn't the BJP appointed and named its new Chief Ministers in the heartland states? I'm going to get into that because viewer, our political team feels the list has actually narrowed down to just a few names. I'm going to tell you all about it. The headlines first. Big opposition meltdown over Amit Shah's Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is ours roar. Congress dares centre to get back POK by 2024. National Conference chief demands polls in J&K. Divide in the Indy Alliance bloc is out in the open. Left leaders question Rahul Gandhi's credibility. Dares Rahul to contest from the Hindi belt instead of from Kerala, where he's an MP from. Rajasthan Reddy takes oath as Telangana's new Chief Minister. Only the second since India's youngest state was formed. 11 others also take oath as Telangana ministers. The Kill Pannu plot probe escalates. FBI chief to visit India next week to chair a key meeting with India's NIA over Khalistan terrorism gangster nexus. Republican presidential candidates debate gets ugly. Vivek Ramaswamy calls Nikki Haley corrupt. Haley hits back, says Vivek is envious of her rise. Both Indian origin Republican hopefuls are at war in public. Kaun Banega Mukhyamantri is the biggest political refrain this week, viewer. After a Super Sunday, the verdict from the Hindi heartland and Telangana, nobody knows even now, except for maybe 1 or 2 people, who the next Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh is going to be. For instance, in Rajasthan, people like Diya Kumari, Vasundhara Raje and others are all camping in Delhi. They've resigned from their Member of Parliament portfolios and are looking forward to being in contention. We understand that a prominent union minister could be among the probables as well, making this one of the most tantalizing sweepstakes to be the next Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Coming to Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chouhan has been holding a very, very low profile, not showing any emotion in public, in fact continuing with election work with only a few months to go for the Lok Sabha election. But the others have also smelt blood. The possibility of earning the CM's kursi, whether it is Prahlad Patel or Narendra Singh Tomar, all of those names that have done the rounds, but the actual list is said to have shrunk. And finally, in Chhattisgarh, where the Congress suffered a shock defeat, Dr. Raman Singh, who's been one of the most vocal since the defeat of the Bhupesh Baghel government, is now a little quieter because Renuka Singh, well-known tribal face from the state, has flown into Delhi and could be a new, fresh front-runner. Now, on India Today and our political team, we use these words knowing full well that most of it is in the realm of speculation. Here's some latest breaking news coming in on Kaun Banega Mukhyamantri. And here's the very latest in the CM race from Rajasthan. Contender Baba Balaknath has just met Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The BJP former MP and now MLA Balaknath has just met Amit Shah in Parliament. Former BJP Chief Minister in Rajasthan Vasundhara Raje will be meeting BJP National President JP Nadda very shortly in Delhi. Daggers drawn for the Chief Minister's chair. We don't know if there's lobbying happening. We don't know if a message is being sent out to the leadership, and we don't know very specifically if the leadership has already made its decision but is biding its time before it makes that official announcement to get everyone on board. None of this is absolutely clear at this point of time. So Balaknath is meeting Amit Shah. Vasundhara Raje will be meeting with JP Nadda, the BJP president, in just a short while from now. Let's go across to India Today's Poulomi Saha for more on this. Poulomi, lots of rapid movements taking place in Delhi. The bigwigs, many of whom are in consideration for that chair in Jaipur, are in Delhi at this time. Balaknath meeting Amit Shah. We have the name of a union minister that's been doing the rounds. Vasundhara Raje is waiting to meet Nadda as well. What are you picking up? Any more clarity?
Well, the BJP, of course, is keeping everyone guessing as far as, their selection for the chief ministers of the states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh are concerned. As far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, we do know that Rekha Singh just met with JP Nadda. We are told, of course, by top sources that she was there just to hand over her resignation as a member of parliament to him, and that will be then sent to the speaker as well. Though, of course, she has to, of course, meet the speaker in person to resign as a member of parliament. But that is what has been officially said. Unofficially, we do not know, because there's been a lot of speculation around the possibility of a woman tribal chief minister for Chhattisgarh, because this will add some amount of strength to the BJP's campaign, that they do want to bring a lot of more women into public life as well, especially after the passage of the Women's Reservation Bill, which cannot be implemented in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. So messaging-wise, that might just, hit, bullseye for the Bharatiya Janata Party. So that's Chhattisgarh. As far as Rajasthan is concerned, Vasundhara Raje will be shortly meeting with JP Nadda as well.
Yes.
That, we believe, is in a sense to explain her position to him. We do know that she was engaging in some amount of show of strength right after the results were announced. MLAs were going on courtesy calls to Vasundhara Raje Scindia's residence, and that didn't quite go down very well with the top brass, And then it was advised that she speak with the top brass. She told them that I'm a disciplined soldier of the party and I will go with whatever the party tells me to do. And then she was advised further that she should fly down to Delhi and speak in person to the top bosses to in fact assure them that she's on board with them and she's not going to cause any sort of or stoke any sort of rebellion, and that's what's expected at that meeting. And as far as Baba Balaknath is concerned, he was in Parliament today to tender in his resignation, which he did. As far as the Speaker is concerned, but yes, very interesting, that meeting with Amit Shah that happened just a short while ago, and Baba Balaknath has since left from the Parliament premises.
Okay, the BJP, like Poulomi said, keeping everyone guessing. The BJP wants to break the news. Ultimately, it won't, perhaps, because we have a sense of who it's going to be. But we will wait for that announcement to take place. We've given you a list of who we think is in the reckoning and are reasonably sure it is among those faces. Now, remember, speaking specifically about Rajasthan, the suspense, like Poulomi said, continues amid uncertainty over the BJP's choice. For Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje arrived in Delhi this morning. She said she was here to meet her daughter-in-law. She is about to meet JP Nadda, the national president of the BJP. Sources say Raje had spoken to the BJP High Command after that show of strength, after meeting the MLAs, and conveyed that there was no question of any leverage or flaunting strength from her part. She is a disciplined soldier of the party, and that she would never step out of line as far as party discipline is concerned. A very important message for that two-time chief minister. She's one of the big contenders for the seat in Jaipur, one that she's occupied twice in the past. Devankur Vadavan is also with me live from Jaipur. Dev, Vasundhara Raje Scindia is here. Balaknath is also here, as are the other big contenders. The name of a union minister, Ashwini Vaishnav, has been doing the rounds of the media circuit. I'm sure it's been resonating there in Rajasthan as well. Any further clarity in the last 24 hours, Dev?
Well, Shiv, the party leadership of the BJP perhaps is really good at keeping journalists guessing, and that what seems to be most journalists doing at this point in time. Having said that, Vasundhara Raje left for Delhi last night, late last night in fact, and we broke that news of Vasundhara Raje leaving via Indigo flight for Delhi. On the face of it, Raje at the Delhi airport informatively had claimed that she had gone to Delhi to be with her daughter-in-law, but our sources do tell us that she had sought time from the BJP national president JP Nadda. She is perhaps leaving no stone unturned. She has become really active since the results came out on the 3rd of December. Perhaps she's making up for the lost time in the run-up to the elections. She was considered, as per some persona non grata for a fairly long time. It is no secret, or perhaps the worst kept secret of the BJP, that the central leadership of the party was not on the same page as Vasundhara for a certain amount of time, and she was absent from most state meetings. But it seems that Vasundhara Raje has tried to convey to the party leadership that you can ask the MLAs, and the majority of the MLAs, as per her, are with her at this point in time. Secondly, Shiv, she has also, as per information, tried to convey to the party leadership that she is not, raking her voice up against the party leadership, that she's in no way turning rebel against
Dave,
the
stay
party.
with me. Dave, stay with me for a moment.
And
That point is noted on Vasundhara clarifying that she's not muscle flexing. She's not trying to step out of line and try and force the party to take a decision of any kind. Being very careful about that, I might add. I want to go across to Piyush also. Piyush Mishra is my colleague. He's outside Amit Shah's residence in the capital, where Balaknath Piyush has just met the Union Home Minister. Do we know what happened in that meeting? Is Balaknath still inside at that meeting? What's going on, Piyush?
Well, Shiv, that meeting took place at the Parliament House. What we're now learning is that the meeting has come to an end, and after that meeting, what we're given to understand is that Amit Shah might come to his residence. I'm right now present at his residence, and security has been beefed up here. Any minute from now, Home Minister Amit Shah can also reach here, and when he reaches, what we are now learning from our sources, that he might meet Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. So, hectic parleys, hectic meetings taking place in national capital. But we are also learning about the meeting which has taken place between Renuka Singh and JP Nadda. Remember that Renuka Singh is the tribal face, and she is also one of the top contenders for CM post in the state of Chhattisgarh. If we talk about that particular meeting went on for half an hour. She was here to extend greetings to JP Nadda. In fact, she has also been asked to resign. She has won from Chhattisgarh. Not only her, but there are 2-3 names doing rounds for the Chief Minister's post in the state of Chhattisgarh. If we talk about Balaknath's meeting with Amit Shah, that went on for 10 to 15 minutes. As of now, we're still trying to ascertain what actually went in that particular meeting. But what is more important to highlight is that Vasundhara Raje was supposed to meet with JP Nadda at 5 o'clock, but it's already 5:10, which is certainly telling us that she might take more time to meet with JP Nadda. In fact, she has not left from her residence, which is at Aroor Nagar, and if she leaves now, then she will take another half an hour to reach to JP Nadda's house. So as of now, there's no clarity when she's going to meet JP Nadda, but hectic parleys, hectic meetings are taking place in national
All
capital.
those meetings are taking place, in the wake of expectations of a quick decision, which have not come yet. Piyush, stay with me. Let me also, inform our viewers that yesterday a bit of fake news was put out. It looked like a BJP announcement of Baba Balaknath as the Chief Minister with Diya Kumari as a Deputy Chief Minister. That was branded as fake by the BJP and put out. So all this kind of tamasha is also going on. There's a lot of fake news doing the rounds of who has been anointed, etc., etc., queering the pitch and making this entire pot boiler even more exciting. Well, exciting for those who are watching, possibly nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing for the actual probables, including Balaknath, Vasundhara Raje, etc. Now I've got some breaking news coming in on the race for the Chief Minister's chair in Chhattisgarh. And the suspense in Chhattisgarh is exactly like the suspense in Rajasthan as well. Big meetings and movements are continuing, but that list appears to be tightening just a little bit. Renuka Singh, tribal leader from Chhattisgarh, senior representative of the BJP, elected representative, has just met JP Nadda at his residence. This is a picture of their meeting a short while ago. Renuka Singh would tick theoretically many boxes. Tribal leader, could be woman, the first woman chief minister of Chhattisgarh if she is chosen. That's a big if. That decision has not been taken yet. But there's a great deal of buzz around Renuka Singh, who flew in yesterday and has just met the president of the BJP. Remember, Vasundhara Raje is separately trying to meet Mr. Nadda for the Rajasthan chair. But this is Renuka Singh meeting JP Nadda at this point of time. Sumi Rajapan is live with me from Chhattisgarh's capital, Raipur. Sumi, you've been reporting extensively on Renuka Singh. There's a long list of contenders, long list of probables, many who kind of fit the theoretical bill that the BJP might be wanting to aim at. But there's a great deal of sudden interest around Renuka Singh. Tell us why.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, she has been part of the list, the long list that Chhattisgarh had on the top contenders for the top job. However, Renuka Singh somehow fits the bill. She is a woman. If BJP wants to make a statement and go big on the woman candidate, they can choose her, as she was the MOS Tribal Affairs. She is recently, in fact, today she has tender her resignation. Renuka Singh is also from the Sarguja division, and in fact this time around the BJP is pitching on a CM from the Sarguja division, as the division performed greatly, and for the party, all 14 seats swept by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They want to give a message to the cadre that the CM will be from a Sarguja division, and Vishnu Dev Sai and Renuka Singh, both the names the BJP central leadership seems very keen on. And in fact, Renuka Singh, if Vasundhara Raje is not given an opportunity to lead the state in Rajasthan, then it might be Renuka Singh here in Chhattisgarh. So it will be no surprises there.
Very, very interesting, Sumi. You make a great point that perhaps there is a thought process among the BJP leadership right now that one of these three chief ministers will possibly be a woman. And if that is the thought process, Renuka Singh in Chhattisgarh could be what the BJP leadership is actually thinking about. Stay with me, Sumi. I have another question for you in just a moment, because after the thumping victory, unexpected, well, for the Congress, unexpected victory of the BJP in Chhattisgarh, these discussions involving Renuka Singh and others have ignited the race for the potential chief minister's post. Amidst a pool of names in contention, all qualified, all high profile, one standout figure has emerged, and that is Renuka Singh. I'm going out on a limb to say she is the front runner right now. Currently serving as Minister of State for Tribal Affairs in the Modi government, Renuka Singh has deep roots in Chhattisgarh's Sarguja region, as Sumi was telling us, known for its substantial Adivasi population. The importance of this is one of the reasons why the Congress government under Bhupesh Baghel was possibly voted out is because it did not fulfill its promises to Chhattisgarh's substantial Adivasi population. Now, Renuka Singh's notable triumph in the Bharatpur Sonhat scheduled tribe seat has positioned her as a strong contender for the top job. If successful, Chhattisgarh may not only witness the appointment of its first CM from the scheduled tribes, but could also mark a historic moment with the state's first woman chief minister. The choice won't be easy for the BJP since it brought Dr. Raman Singh back to the state only towards the end after it could not find a face to match his stature. Sumi, Dr. Raman Singh has been one of the most vocal leaders, three-time former chief minister of Chhattisgarh. But there are so many people on the Chhattisgarh probables list, including Renuka Singh right now. Is it a problem of plenty as far as the BJP is concerned?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, the mood of the MLAs, we tried catching a sense of it. And in fact, what we learned is that BJP really needs a secondary layer of leadership right now. BJP has struggled for the past 4 years for this secondary layer of leadership because everything was concentrated in and around Dr. Raman Singh. And BJP has now made it clear that Dr. Raman Singh will certainly not be there for the top job. At this time around, they want to go for a fresh face and make a big statement. And Renuka Singh, Vishnu Dev Sai, they both fit the bill perfectly. They both fought from the Sarguja division. And Dr. Raman Singh, there is a huge degree of acceptability concerning Dr. Raman Singh. But when it comes to Vishnu Dev Sai, the kind of experience that he has got, he is also not far behind in this very list. So out of the 6 names, these 2 names are doing the rounds. And I think Dr. Raman Singh will not be the CM this time around. That's what the BJP top leadership has made quite clear, that in all 3 states, they might go for a fresh face, for keeping in mind the Lok Sabha 2024 elections, and very rightly so.
Very, very interesting. Sumi, thanks very much for that perspective. Everyone on the edge of their seats, Renuka Singh as a front runner, but as you can see, this list is a big and very, very substantive list. Each one of the people you see on your screen are all people very well qualified for the post. They tick their own boxes. So nobody is calling it just yet. We'll have to see what the BJP belatedly decides. Now we've got some more breaking news coming in. This is getting more and more interesting, viewer. Rajasthan's chief ministerial contender and former chief minister Vasundhara Raje has just put out a social media post praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi. She has hailed the BJP's win in 3 states. This is, remember, 3 days after the verdict. Vasundhara Raje has called out Congress corruption. She says Congress guarantees are no match for Modi. No match for Modi. Congress guarantees are no match for Modi, says Vasundhara Raje right before her expected meeting with the BJP National President JP Nadda. Going back to Devankur for a moment to try and decode this, Dev, one would usually have seen a tweet like this from Vasundhara Raje on the day of the results. After the results had come out, maybe, that would have happened. But it's interesting how she has tweeted this today while she's in Delhi, while, waiting to meet the leadership. So the timing is going to be quite interesting. She's obviously sending out a message.
Oh, absolutely, Shiv. Deep political connotations of Vasundhara Raje's social media post. This clearly conveys that Vasundhara Raje perhaps is leaving no stone unturned. She knows, Shiv, that time is of great essence out here. What we are given to understand from our sources within the BJP, Shiv, is that by the end of this week, the names will be finalized and maybe put out as well. And so perhaps she knows she has at the most a couple of days or 3 days to convince the party high command, the top brass, that she is someone they can bank upon in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections. And she's the one who can, really keep the party together and ensure that the so-called financial dire that the state has gone into because of the, as the BJP may call it, as the freebies or the schemes or the dole-outs during the Ashok Gehlot government, she seems to have conveyed to the party high command that she can, really just not ensure that the party's rank and file stays together, but also that the party gets a able leadership, and she has the experience of being twice the chief minister. But her latest post, as you just mentioned, Shiv, clearly conveys that she accepts Narendra Modi as the #1 leader in the party, and perhaps if you were to read deeper into it, Shiv, it perhaps also conveys that that she wants to say that, I can handle Rajasthan while you handle the leadership at the central level, and you can really trust me and bank upon me to ensure that an able leadership is provided as far as the BJP in Rajasthan is concerned.
You know, when a race to the chief minister's chair takes place, most of it happens behind closed doors. But your team and us, as we continue to track this from the front lines, it's so interesting to see these occasional moments like a social media post or a small soundbite or a meeting with MLAs where these contenders actually show what their thinking is. They are showing their cards, and this, as they very correctly analyzed, is Vasundhara Raje pulling out all the stops in her bid to be Chief Minister of Rajasthan for the third time. We'll leave it there for the moment as far as Rajasthan is concerned. We'll go back to it once that meeting with JP Nadda begins. Dev, thanks for the moment. Now let's move from Rajasthan to the third Hindi heartland state that the BJP won perhaps most handsomely, and that is the state of Madhya Pradesh. Amidst speculation over the BJP's Chief Minister picks, Shivraj Singh Chouhan today appeared to send out a message to the party leadership after otherwise maintaining a very low profile in MP and getting on with election work. Putting his case forward, four-time Chief Minister Shivraj, aka Mamaji as he's called, said he's just a party worker and he was neither a CM contender earlier nor now, and he asserted that he'll always work for the party, sending out a message of humility and discipline within the party. It's something that is valued very highly within the BJP. His remarks come at a time when there is talk of the BJP considering completely new faces instead of veterans in order to effect a generational shift while choosing chief ministers for the heartland states. And all of this, remember, is with an eye on the big election due in just 4 to 5 months from now. That's the big national election. Let's bring in Hemendra, who's with us live from Bhopal, the capital of MP. Piyush continues to be with me here in Delhi. Hemendra, coming to you first. Shivraj, once again striking that humble chord. The first thing he did after that magnificent election victory was head to Chhindwara, signaling to the BJP that he's a workaholic, he's a loyal soldier, disciplined soldier of the party. Somewhere does Shivraj nurse the thought that he might still make it to chief minister, or has he actually made his peace with the fact that he's not going to be the chief minister again?
Well, Shivraj Singh Chouhan was not made the face of the Bharatiya Janata Party campaign in the run-up to the elections by the central leadership of the party. And after the elections, he was credited for the victory because of the Ladli Behna Yojana. But midway somewhere, Shivraj Singh Chouhan made a statement and issued a video in which he said that he never was a candidate for the post of chief minister, and he is still not. So why did he issue that statement is a big question. Many say that it is his humility. Others say that he was asked to do that, and after that he went to Chhindwara, where he said to his core supporters that the bond between him and his supporters, that is the Ladli Behnas, is much bigger and greater than any throne that he was referring to as, in fact, the post of chief minister. In fact, today, that happened yesterday, today he went to Shivpur, another district where the BJP lost both the seats. Shivpur has 2 assembly seats, both the seats BJP lost. In Shivpur, again, he today had lunch with the party worker, one of the booth level workers, and again said that he is a humble party worker, and also said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the incarnation of God. Make what you want to make out of this, but Shivraj Singh Chouhan is going to those places where the BJP has lost and has already started campaigning for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, while other probable candidates for the post of chief ministership are in Delhi, be it Narendra Singh Tomar, Prahlad Patel, and also Jyotiraditya Scindia and B.D. Sharma. B.D. Sharma, the president of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Madhya Pradesh, came back from Delhi to Bhopal yesterday morning, but yesterday evening he was back in Delhi and he's meeting senior leaders out there.
Okay, interesting. And, there's an old saying, and I'll go to Piyush also. There's an old saying that, don't be so humble, you are not that great. Humility is also a kind of muscle flexing. humility, showing loyalty, getting to work, keeping your head down, not trying to send out a message to the leadership can also be interpreted as a muscle flex. Shivraj Singh Chouhan, Piyush, is showing that he is a worker for the BJP. He is the guy who's on the ground. He is the guy who was responsible for this victory. The election may not have been fought with his face, but, with Ladli Behna, etc., he's the guy who was basically in charge of Madhya Pradesh when the election took place. What is the thought process you're picking up from Delhi, Piyush?
Well, if we talk about national capital, Shiv, there are hectic parleys going on. Series of meetings are taking place. We already know about the meeting which has taken place between Balaknath and Home Minister Amit Shah, the meeting which took place between Renuka Singh and JP Nadda, and now what we can expect in another 1 hour or two, another level series of meetings to take place to finally zero in on the names of chief ministers in these three states. But if we specifically talk about Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chouhan, the BJP during the initial stage of campaign had anticipated a fatigue factor in the state, and that is why we saw as to how the face of party was only Kamal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his rallies had made it very clear, amply clear, that people must only look at the face of the symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party and not on any individual leader. And that is what BJP feels that has done wonders for it, not only in Madhya Pradesh but also in Chhattisgarh and also in Rajasthan. At the same time, sources in BJP are telling us that they cannot also go beyond the point that Shivraj Singh Chouhan did not play an important role. Yes, they are ready to give credit to Shivraj Singh Chouhan, but a larger credit is being given to Prime Minister's face and the kind of policies which were formed.
It's about a generational shift. That's the pattern between the decision in these three states can be brought down to those two words. A generational shift that the BJP is hoping to effect. Hit all the right notes by possibly appointing one of them as a woman chief minister from the tribal community. But who knows what the BJP will finally choose. It's already been 3 days since the elections. The BJP is under attack, justifiably so, from the Congress party, saying the Congress is always questioned about why it's taking so long. Why is nobody questioning the BJP? Well, here we are questioning the BJP. What's taking so long? How much time will it take to appoint 3 chief ministers in the big, important heartland states? Thanks very much, Hemendra and Piyush, for getting us that perspective on this extended political potboiler of 2023. The all-out rift, meanwhile, between the Kerala left, which is in power, and the Congress party, their allies, remember, in the India alliance, is out in the open. Rahul Gandhi's Lok Sabha seat from Wayanad in Kerala raises questions from within the India alliance once again. After the Congress party's humiliating setbacks in the Hindi heartland states, the ruling left in Kerala has challenged Rahul Gandhi to confront the BJP in its northern strongholds instead of competing with his allies in Kerala. The fight within the India bloc has only erupted and is escalating. Here's more. Losing the family bastion in 2019, an electoral humiliation almost 5 years ago at the hands of the BJP Smriti Irani. Now, Rahul Gandhi's Lok Sabha seat from Wayanad down south raises questions from within the India alliance. Following his party's setbacks in the Hindi heartland states, the ruling left in Kerala has challenged the Gandhi scion to confront the BJP in its northern strongholds, rather than compete with allies elsewhere, like in Wayanad.
ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു സംസ്ഥാനത്തിലാണോ ബിജെപിയെ തോൽപ്പിക്കാൻ മത്സരിക്കേണ്ടത്? അല്ല, ബിജെപിക്ക് സ്വാധീനമുള്ള മേഖലയിൽ ബിജെപിയെ തോൽപ്പിക്കാനുള്ള ആശയം വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയാണോ വേണ്ടത് എന്ന ചോദ്യമാണ് ഞാൻ ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണല്ലോ യു പിയിൽ ഒരു സീറ്റും കിട്ടാതുകൊണ്ടല്ലേ കോൺഗ്രസ് കേരളത്തിൽ വന്ന് ഇന്ത്യ മുന്നണിയുടെ തന്നെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടുള്ള പാർട്ടി സംവിധാനത്തോട് മത്സരിക്കാൻ പുറപ്പെടുന്നത്. അവർക്ക് എവിടെയാണ് സീറ്റുള്ളത്?
Despite the Congress expanding its influence in southern India, the left insists that Rahul Gandhi's party should focus on BJP-ruled states.
ഞങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ബിജെപിയെ തോൽപ്പിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന പാർട്ടിയാണല്ലോ CPI. അവിടെ CPI അല്ലേ സാധാരണ മത്സരിക്കുക, LDFന്റെ ഭാഗം. ഇനി ആരായാലും ഇവിടെയല്ലേ മത്സരിക്കാൻ പുറപ്പെടുന്നത്.
Discontent is brewing within the opposition India alliance after the Congress's defeat across the Hindi belt. A JDU MP openly praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi, expressing disappointment with the opposition alliance, deeming its meetings politically worthless.
तीन राज्य की जनता ने कहा मोदी है तो मुमकिन है। मैं माननीय मोदी जी से इम्प्रेस्ड हूँ। इसमें कहीं दो मत नहीं है कि नेता का चुनाव और सीटों का बंटवारा, जब तक ये दो चीज नहीं होगी तो इंडिया गठबंधन की जो बैठक है वो सिर्फ चाय और समोसे तक ही सीमित है।
An India alliance meeting scheduled by the Congress for Wednesday was cancelled as several allies, seemingly upset with the party, expressed their inability to attend. Pressure mounts on Rahul Gandhi, who departs shortly on a foreign tour, not just to cover physical ground, but to bridge the gaps within the opposition. Bureau Report, India Today. 26-year-old Dr. Shahana, a young and promising doctor in Kerala, ended her life allegedly due to dowry pressure in Kerala. 26-year-old Shahana took her own life after her partner, someone who she was supposed to get married to, called off their wedding because her family failed to meet his alleged dowry demands. She was found dead at her rented apartment on Tuesday morning. The man on your screen is the one who allegedly sought that dowry from his girlfriend, Dr. Shahana. His family allegedly demanded significant dowry in the form of gold sovereigns, land, and a BMW luxury vehicle. And when Dr. Shahana's family was unable to fulfill the demands, her partner, who was also a representative of the Medical Postgraduate Doctors Association, allegedly ended their relationship, prompting Shahana to end her life.
The father നല്ല ഡൗറി ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ആളായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കി നമുക്ക് പറ്റൂലെന്ന് കണ്ട് ഡൗറി ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വീട്ടിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് അയക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പതുക്കെ ഒന്നും പറയാതെ നമ്മൾ ഇറങ്ങി. അപ്പോൾ അനിയത്തിക്ക് അത്രയ്ക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമായിരുന്നു, ഈ കല്യാണം തന്നെ വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ ഇതിൽ അവസാനം അവൻ മാറിക്കളഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ, ഈ ഡൗറിയുടെ പ്രശ്നത്തിൽ മാറിക്കളഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ നല്ല ഡിപ്രഷൻ.
Just something to think about, that young Shahana is only the very latest in a horrifying statistic that I can leave you with. An average of 7,000 women die from alleged dowry harassment every year in this country. Kerala happens to have one of the lowest rates of recorded deaths of this kind, but this is rampant. 62 years after India outlawed dowry in 1961, dowry deaths in their thousands continue to happen in this country. We offer our deepest condolences to the family of Dr. Shahana. Viewer, until a few weeks ago, Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu was a bit of a cartoonish character with his fake stern manner, jabbing at the screen in his videos. He cut the figure of a wannabe rabble-rouser, desperate for attention. The last few weeks have proven beyond any measure of doubt that while Pannu is still very much a caricature of what he perhaps hopes to be, one must admit that he is being taken much more seriously now than anyone thought he would, perhaps even he himself. Next week, viewer, the chief of America's Federal Bureau of Investigation will be flying to India to discuss the Indian investigation into allegations by the US that India hired assassins to bump off Pannu in New York City. This is by no means a normal visit. It's the first visit by an FBI chief to India in 12 years. Imagine that. And the fact that Pannu is one of the talking points raises the Khalistani terrorist profile immeasurably. Knowing Pannu's obsession with attention, he's very likely in total ecstasy these days, even though he's likely changed his addresses to be out of sight. But here's the thing. Pannu, perhaps emboldened by the attention and the US case, has just issued an open threat to attack India's parliament on or before December the 13th as revenge for this alleged plot to kill him. December the 13th, everyone knows, is the date on which in 2001 India's parliament was attacked by Pakistani terrorists. The question now before the United States is as follows. Do you interpret Pannu's warning about attacking India's parliament as a threat of terrorism or not? I'm not even getting into whether Pannu even has the capacity to carry out such attacks, But this question must be asked. In my view, the United States can no longer hide behind the ruse that it is acting to protect a US citizen. Because is the Biden administration then suggesting that a US citizen proscribed as a terrorist by India, a terrorist who openly issues specific threats of terror, will not be acted upon? Viewer, you and I both know there's more to this. The least we can agree on is that Pannu is no ordinary American citizen. Whether or not Indian death squads were hunting him on American soil, the fact is the world sees and notices the alacrity with which the United States is using its institutions of government to protect and speak for a man who has published monetary bounties calling for the killing of Indian diplomats, warned about the bombing of Air India flights, and now most recently threatened to attack and bring down India's parliament. A large part of the American think tank and strategic analyst circuit believes this is going to play out badly for India and that India stands to lose diplomatically. Several of India's most prominent experts believe that the US case for Pannu isn't really about getting to any truth about any death squads or proving anything, but rather to turn the geopolitical screws on India in order to keep its vaunted independent foreign policy in check, draw it away from Russia and tether India to a space where it is more of a non-NATO ally type than a rising country that thinks for itself and acts for itself. But at the center of all these lofty ideas is a cartoonish terrorist. Just look at this guy, who's no longer being treated like a cartoon. That's the problem. A terrorist who appears to be immune to US law that would otherwise take such threats with the seriousness they deserve. Unlike India's contemptuous response to Canada's allegations on the Hardeep Singh Nijjar terror killing, India's response to the US case is necessarily more measured and sober. Only the foolish will see this as India being a pushover. Different relationships will obviously trigger different responses. The India-American relationship is far bigger and deeper than a cartoonish terrorist and his silly YouTube videos. Those eager to look beyond the obviously messy nature of this affair will see this as somehow an affirmation of India's rise in the global order. Why else would a close international partner spend so much energy on a proscribed terrorist? This is way beyond the hilarious bug-eyed histrionics of a cartoonish terrorist whose biggest weapon so far has been spray paint cans and YouTube videos. But when the FBI chief lands in Delhi next week to discuss this cartoonish terrorist, India knows the game is very much on and will take a while to play itself out. And now let me tell you about the FBI chief arriving in India and what exactly he's going to do. Is this going to raise the stakes and raise the temperatures? India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar has already spoken out about it. Watch this report.
They have the right to vote. India's most wanted terrorist and Khalistan backer, Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, threatening to target the Indian Parliament on the anniversary of an earlier attack on Parliament on December 13, more than 2 decades ago. This is not the first time that Pannu, a US-based lawyer and Khalistan terror backer, has threatened to target India. He had earlier issued a threat to target Air India aircraft, warning passengers in the US and Canada not to fly Air India after the 19th of November if they valued their lives. But is this free speech, threatening the temple of Indian democracy, or threatening passengers of Air India, alleging their lives would be in danger? These are some of the questions that India intends to put to the director of US Federal Bureau of Investigation, Christopher A. Wray, when he visits India for the first time since taking over the Bureau in 2017. This is also the first time that an FBI director is visiting India in the past 12 years.
I gotta understand India. And so to me, that professionally is so exciting because, you know, our Secretary of Treasury, this was the #1 country she went to outside the United States 4 times this year. Secretary of State just came here for the third time. Secretary of Defense for the second time. FBI Director is here next week. You know, you name it every week. It's an exhausting job.
The US had, on the 29th of November, indicted an Indian national, Nikhil Gupta, in an alleged plot to murder Khalistan terror supporter Pannu in the United States. Biden administration officials say they are taking up the matter very seriously.
We have noted at the most senior levels of this government, the Secretary of State has raised this directly with his foreign counterpart, that we take this issue very seriously. They told us they would conduct an investigation. They have publicly announced an investigation, and now we'll wait to see the results of the investigation, but it's something we take very seriously.
However, India has repeatedly told the US it expects the United States to take action against terrorists and gangsters in the US, while promising to investigate the issue raised by the State Department.
That insofar as the US is concerned, certain inputs were given to us as part of our security cooperation with the United States. Those inputs were of concern to us because they related to the nexus of organized crime, trafficking, and other matters. So, because it has a bearing on our own national security, it was decided to institute an inquiry into the matter, and an inquiry committee has been constituted.
India is keeping its powder dry to expose US double standards in dealing with elements like Pannu, who use American soil to target India unchecked. Bureau Report, India Today.
And make sure they decide about their